Hello. Welcome to the fucking high point of the song. I thought we should play some Stellaris because Federations just came out today. I was like, I came home from work, right? Launched my computer, saw this thing. I thought that came out on the 17th. And I'm like, wait a second, today is the 17th. So here we are. I don't know too much about the update. I didn't specifically check a lot of it. I do know it includes a lot of stuff for like galactic communications, as well as a lot of Federation changes, which hopefully have fixed the exact bullshit that I hate about Federations and their existence in the galaxy. If you don't know, I play a mostly aggressive game, and Federations tend to be a big thorn on your side because they don't follow basic limits into what they can be. One of the cool things that I like right now, or I want to check out first, right, is one of these, right? So, used to be that whenever you picture civics here, two of the ones that you go, it was three of them you could pick, right, would be Syncretic Evolution, Mechanist, and, well, there was Tomb World as well, Life-Seeded, I think that was it, right? It was Mechanist, Mechanist, Syncretic Evolution, Tomb World, Life-Seeded. I think that was all of them. But now they made it so that it doesn't. Is this loud? It's kind of loud. Just turn it down a little bit. They made it so that it no longer takes up a civic. So before you'd take up a civic to get this benefit, and you'd have to be stuck with that civic for the rest of the game because you couldn't remove it. Now they decided to make it into a thing called an origin, right? In which, you know, anybody can start an origin. I guess most people start with this one. Yeah, this is just a stable planetary communication. Allow the planets, allow the civilization to prosper and grow, right? And there are multiple ones you can pick. So we'll take a little bit of a look through that. Hopefully, find something cool. So you got Mechanists, right? That's just the same thing, you know. Civilization is preoccupied with the idea of metallic automatons since an early steam age. Although many said it could not be done, the first true robots left the assembly lines long before the rudimentary spaceflight was achieved. It's can't be so called. Just consciousness. Get 8 robots. Technology and infrastructure build more. 95% robot upkeep. Great evolution. Second species forms an integral part of the civilization. They are big, strong, and most of them have intelligence. A particularly dim-witted child. Ancient warriors have culled their species of their most aggressive tendencies, leaving them quite servile. That's just the secondary species. Life-seeded civilizations evolved in a paradise, possibly designed just for them. One was a Gaia world with several rare planetary features. Facility prevalence set to Gaia, making other types of planets undesirable. So, post-apocalyptic, baptized by nuclear fire, the civilization has faced total annihilation and survived, devastated yet unbroken. They have rebuilt civilization from the ashes of the old world. Tomb World, not a bad trait. Remnants. This civilization once spanned the void, controlling much of the galaxy. They were eventually defeated and almost destroyed. After a long period of destitution, they are returning to the stars. That sounds kind of cool. I like the idea of that one. We probably going to do that one at some point. The civilization inhabits a ringworld built by an unknown forerunners. It can be understood and fully repaired if it will grant them great power. Civilization has made its home in the space for as long as they can maintain. It has maintained records. Life in a typical planetary environment is anathema to them. They live on 3 orbital platforms that were only recently united. 3 orbital habitats and technology build more. Members of the species thrive in habitats producing more. Alien growth penalties of normal planets. Hydroponic farms have 1% farmer job. What's one farmer job? Scion. A fallen empire has meddled in the development of the civilization for thousands of years, guiding them into a path of their choosing. So that is a vassal of a fallen empire. Civilization has a dormant gateway in their home system. Potential technology benefit for a looming menace. I wonder if that means that's an L-gate thing. Tree of Life. This hive evolved a symbiotic relationship with the vast tree. Tree grants them many benefits, but the loss will cripple them. Many benefits in the tree and planet with a Tree of Life present are penalties from living on a planet with a Tree of Life present, or penalties if it is absent. Colony ships are more expensive, but will provide new planets. Okay. Say, like, how do you get new ones? Seems interesting. Due to some unknown past, the division has hidden boons in the solar system, placed there by a mysterious benefactor. Not native to their homeworld, these lithoids arrived here when the meteorite slammed into the planet and killed most of the native life. Have the magic creator deposited in your homeworld, giving additional total of districts and mining districts. Be able to build meteorite colony ships with travel at great speeds with damage their target planets. Machine intelligence has long since consolidated all the resources in their home system to the capital world, converting it entirely to machinery. To start the machine world, that seems pretty good. Civilization established early contact with the immediate alien neighbors, finding a strength in their difference. It soon decided to face the future and whatever it might bring together. So I saw this one actually showed off. One of the few people I did watch something about. Essentially starts with two other empires next to you, just like one jump away from you. What they did was they immediately boxed them in, beat them up, and took their planets. But I don't really like that one, to be honest. Civilization established early contact with its immediate alien neighbors. I'm sorry. What is the Hegemony Federation or a Galactic Union Federation? I don't know what these are. So these established early contact with immediate alien neighbors gradually in the span of a century. They mastermind the birth of an insular union in which they would have a dominant role. Is this some kind of like is this like having to is this like having two vassals at the start of the game? Possibly. I don't know. Maybe it seems like it should be a decent idea to do if you're doing the feudal society, the empire thing. But I don't know. Doomsday. Civilization's homeworld is highly unstable, and it's only a matter of time before it explodes. Their only hope is to seek refuge before it's too late. Challenging origin. Homeworld will explode within 35 to 45 years of the game start. Value resources from the Doom planet's mantle boost production to the surface. No guarantee how it will spawn near your home. Civilization originated and lost. Originated as a lost and forgotten colony separated from its homeworld long ago. Struggle colonists endured many hardships before they were able to build up the necessary technological and industrial base that allowed them to return to space. Okay, so this means you have like a big brother somewhere. I don't know. I like the idea of the Untroubled Giants one. Try that one out. I also wonder what it means by being able to build meteorite colony ships which travel at great speeds but damage their target planets. If that is something to do with possibly just creating more tile blockers on the planet when it lands. Let's try this one out. Seems fun. Yeah, sure. We'll just run that a couple times, and we'll pick one of these. Check. Next, let's see, important parts. I don't think we're gonna do lithoid. I want to do a lithoid run eventually. And we did start one before that kind of immediately got off track. Actually, I like the idea, right, of this is like, you know, they're like golems left behind. Ooh, wonder if like actually, what if we do like, I want to do one like it's either Shoulder of Giants or like Shattered Ring, maybe Void Dwellers, and they're like autonomous golems that were left behind, or maybe like, you know what? No, I think one of these three. I have an idea. That's what I want. I think this one works best for what I'm thinking of, right? This little here, right? They're called probably should have thought of this beforehand. It's fine. You know, part of the fun is creating your amazing, totally cool backstory, right? I'm gonna do that construct, right? So it's like something along the lines of like, you know, an ancient race, if I can spell. Society. Pretty good, right? So you know they're it's kind of like the glitch from like Starbound or Stardew, not Stardew, in which they were basically constructed, put somewhere, and no one knows why, right? Eventually they kind of, you know, they're what's the word I'm looking for? Scientists. The people who put them there died off, and you know. They, yeah, sure, I like that. They're, we'll probably won't be using the planet names too often, but... It's like, what mineral is their primary constructed, thing? So they're, these are the ones that produce stuff. Yeah, I don't really care about those. I don't like those that much. Right, they're not ingenious, they're not, I think they're slow owners, right? It took them a long time to build up the society, and that's kind of why, you know, they took so long to get into space, and why, you know, it was very long time before, they got out. But they're very strong. Their body's made of pure stone and iron and, different, like, types of stuff. They're sedentary, they don't really move around. And then they're industrious, right? Because I would have put solitary. That's more of like, you know, not solitary territorial, they're just very large. They take up a lot of space. Right, they take a lot of space, they're hard to move around because they have like slow lugging bodies, but the fucking hits they do land, they just fucking decimate whatever they hit, right? Because, you know, instead of being like, you know, good at farming, they're good at mining, right? So like that's their kind of like, that's how they get food, so they're good at like, you know, kind of like not only mining crystals, but growing their own, you know? They grow their own crock cartons, you know? It's really cool. I wonder if possibly going... yeah, it's, you know, a city that doesn't, and then they, you know, they constructed out of their various rock-based stuff. I'm fine with the Anschluss Giants. It was something that left here in case they ever did get to that point. I like it. I mean, the only other options I think for my idea specifically would be like, you know, one of these things where you change the backstory to be like, they were constructs made to made to assist the organic life forms eventually dying off, and blah 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 blah. But this wouldn't be too good for me specifically because it says the +1 from farmer jobs, which are essentially garbage for me. My world doesn't seem too terrible as an idea for that, or possibly like the remnants of they were destroyed, we remain. Materialistic. I wonder if you could do... Yeah, you can do lithoid. Just all consciousness. It's funny to me. What's wrong here? So lithoid hive mind to me seems funny. Kind of like the idea of it, but not today. No, they were made to emulate a species, so probably actually shouldn't go for the fanatic materialist because I'm not planning on building robots. I mean, I like research speed, but I don't know if the robot requirements is very good for me. A very communal society. Envoys are like, if you ever play U4, they're like diplomats, essentially. Limits how much you can do from that. Full authoritarian materialist. Left alone, they work together. What's it? A single voice, a single throne, a single state, a soulmate's duty. Masses obey those enlightened few who have been charged with the great responsibility of leadership. It's like, whoever's constructed of like a higher type material. It's like, they have like, each one is constructed from a certain type of material, and, when they get to that higher material, they continue, that's their caste system. I kind of do like the idea of the look at that, it's changed that. Bureaucrats also produce one unity and stability. Additional noble jobs. I'd like the idea of possibly instead of mining guilds, going for like aristocratic elite and slaver guilds, because it's what we are allowed to enslave our thing. There'll probably be some of that. I think it's fine. It's like some kind of destitute rock-based.
Pebbles roll downhill, mountains stand tall.
Just constructed would be better. I'm not quite sure how adjectives work. I've only gone through the entirety of my English requirements. Whatever would I have the idea, desire to learn what is there something that looks like his face? Desire to learn what adjectives are throughout my entirety of American schooling. I don't think ornate's gonna be the one I want. I kind of like the idea of one of these pointy ones that resembles like a bit of him. Possibly this one, and then going for like a the gray. What is a highest cut, like pristine cut. I don't know. Pierce rock in the first stone. Sure. Sounds legitimate to me. You're high-minded. Thank you. I don't need that anymore. I think it was a joke. Save. Beautiful. We'll take it on our normal difficulty and everything like that. We do want to get achievements if at all possible. Though I know I am bad at achieving things. I've been going for a half hour and we get to play. Hello. Welcome. If you jumped in, skipped ahead to get to the start of the game. Hello, welcome back. I know we're not quite there, and I shouldn't be welcoming you unless you would have skipped to the middle of the loading screen for some godforsaken reason. However, imagine if you're skipping, you'd be waiting until the game started. Yeah, we took a little bit to set up, but it's fine. It's fine. You know, part of the fun is having your RP down pat, right? And we're gonna murder everybody like we always do. No, we might try some friendly stuff. I've seen a little bit of this. I didn't read any of the patch notes. I didn't really pay attention to the updates, dev diaries too much. Ours is a history of oddity and inconsistencies. We found ancient city ruins older than some archaeological excavations of primitive villages. We have unearthed saws, axes, and even rifles which far predate stone-tipped spears and bows. Peculiar history did not, however, prevent us from stepping readily into a futuristic era of spaceflight. We have now managed to escape the gravity of our home planet, aiming for other planets and bodies in our solar system and beyond. We had scarcely left the atmosphere before the oddities emerged anew, strange signals of alien origin coming from within our own solar system. Like the idea, like, you know, they had to build planets there to set up everything, and once they did, you know, they kind of backed up and backed out. To be honest. More rock. Tasty good. I wonder if our planet has specific industrial lithoid monoliths. Ah, dead guys. I like how, you know, eventually we break down and kind of just stop moving. Let's of course get our first. No, wrong button. It's been a while, so cut me a little bit of slack here because I am an idiot of the highest order. And yeah. It's been a little bit since we played Stellaris last. We jump on normal, probably fast speed immediately. I do want to do that fairly soon. What I want to do is I want to get the first science ship running. The first stone Huron Fantine has been cut into our empire. I like the idea, you know. It's the first stone, he who is remnants. The destructive space above us with news of alien remnants that were recently studied. These leavings are considered definite proof of intelligent, purposeful alien activity at some point in the past. We may still be alone now, but we are at least not to be the first to be so. Oh, I like that, like, you know. We may be alone, but, you know, somebody was alone before us. We'll also probably go ahead and just sell. Need a second scientist. Is anybody in there not really suited to it? No. Got a bunch of bad picks here, really, too, but we're gonna have to live with that, aren't we? Okay. Get and start excavating there. I mean, it'd probably be a little bit better to get that early, surveying done, but I think we can spare him for now. Because it might be very beneficial to get it done in the long run. I have no clue. There's literally no way for me to know. Yeah. So now they added a okay. So there is a bureaucrat job. Empire design task. It produces upkeep into initiative capacity, which is not the same thing as Empire Sprawl? Question mark. Empire Sprawl initiative capacity. Okay. So the bureaucrats make a initiative capacity. So instead of requiring a buttload of just text would have been the way. I wonder if they expect expansion at all then. Hawk speed, WS really good.
System geology charted.
Not a very good system to start off with, to be honest, but whatever. Two decent rolls. A strange anomaly readings. It's emanating from the surface of screen. We need to launch a surface excursion to find out more. Well, it's 2 planets here too. Nice. 2 Savannah worlds. Perfect for us. It's actually really good too. And I'm gonna really kind of depend on what they're like. This seems to be more like a possibly to turn into a construction planet. Not ideal for the start of the game, but what are you gonna do? What do nobles give us as well? Now that I've decided that this is what I'm doing. Nobles produce stability and unity. Okay.
Attrition complete.
Okay. 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 Yeah. Okay. So I don't remember too much of the details about some aspects of the game. Obviously, I'm not perfect. I do like playing this game. However, it's very fun. If you haven't tried it out, now's the time to buy it. It's on sale on a lot of sites as well as Steam itself. All the DLC that isn't my brain farted. I don't remember what I was going to say. Probably grasping that one first. I do want to kind of try the meteor one out eventually, but not today, obviously. Actually, I also haven't even taken a look at the new achievements. I don't think I can show it from this specific view. If I do window view, however, we can hide my friends list and view achievements real quick here. So they added some new ones. I didn't really take a look at them either, and we will try to get some of these probably. So from here we go. So from League of Nations down. So be a founding member of the Galactic community. Level of your federation. Be the leader of a max level federation. Build a juggernaut. Construct a mega shipyard. Refuse to belong to any club that would have you as a member. I don't know what this is. Have a daily weight over 9,000. Have all ethics represented in your federation. Eliminate an empire that is in a supremacy to a state, forcing them out of it. And then denounce an empire that is not actually in breach of galactic law with all major sanctions that have been passed. I wonder if it'd be possible to do this by possibly vassalizing, absorbing, and then releasing a planet that would have a trying to think of a way of like to beat somebody into a corner, make them a one planet miner, and then just fucking force them into your federation. Friendship by force. Back to the game. Okay, that's the Wii U scene. Thank you, Wii U. Have a nice day. Yeah. I don't know. I'm not exactly sure which one we'd be going for today. A base of operations has been set up on the surface of Skyrim, and several teams are now en route to various anomaly sites that scanners picked up. The significance of the mystery is simply unparalleled. The scientific community is absolutely buzzing with theories and anticipations of what will be uncovered by the excursion team. I wonder also if we talk by like kind of like grinding our hands. That's my canon right now, right? We take our hands and we just go like you grind them together to make like different rock sounds.
Construction complete.
Something semi-similar to the idea of like Morse code. You know, just like you're like hitting the hands together and grinding them against each other. Long grinds, small grinds, certain shape sound, like shape, not like certain like patterns you grind. Like say like oh it's an up down motion or a side to side or a, you know, that kind of stuff. A circular pattern. It's fun. It's cool to think about how a rock society might talk, unless they literally just glow at each other. Or like, I mean, the glowing cut. It's fine, you know. People can glow. It's okay. It's 2202. People can glow. They're allowed to glow, just not in my fucking presence. Probably go down here. Or actually, if I'm having you survey that, then this, then this. There we go. I'll start taking off that way. The other one will hopefully finish up the, I doubt this is going to be a very quick thing. Because he keeps rolling like absolute garbage. That's what you do when you put a non-skilled guy in here. We're also slow learners, which doesn't exactly help the case. Yeah, we're not really suited for this kind of thing. But with his level ups as well as just general, you know, time. Bam! Look at that. He's level 2. He did just gain the level, but he also scored a double point on there, right? So his skill bonus is already counteracting the difficulty bonus, and now we've got 3 clues essentially. Or do you always start with a clue? I have no clue. Pun semi-intended. We'll wait the 7 months. It'll be cheaper to build that, and we can actually check out the other planet. It is a great power planet. Okay. Well, then I don't need to worry about building generator districts in the home world. We'll probably deconstruct them at some point. I'm not gonna push. This also is a fairly generic planet, not very great. We'll probably shift this planet away from power production and more towards mineral production because it's currently the only one that has a decent mineral production in our reach. And this planet is just it's gonna have to be a it's just gonna have to be like some kind of not architectural but I want to say like suburban archaeological, not archaeological, archaic English. Do I speak it? I wonder if they're new into these as well. We'll take a look in a second. Just archaeological. Also, I'm not seeing any new ones at a first glance. Possibly some of these have changed, something like shared destiny. I don't know, maybe. Oh, okay, this is a flat bonus diminishing capacity. I don't know if that was the same. I'm pretty sure this was not the same thing. Then again, I'm not 100% sure. Like I said, I have my ones that I grab, and I'm not quite sure what we're gonna grab today. Maybe something along the lines of biological, just for the sense of it's more of a thing of we're upgrading our golem capacity, or possibly doing like. I like the idea of psychic. I think we're gonna do psychic purely because like I like the idea. Actually, can we even do psychic? Excavatas. Most excursions have reached their destinations and reported back. Artifacts buried in the ground have been uncovered. Head scientist Jag Nock describes them as highly accurate, galactic laser pointers. Ancient machines that are emitting a strong, tight ultraviolet beam out into space for the purpose of the unknown. It's a bittersweet discovery, the profound, exhilarating importance of an alien artifact countered by a seemingly arbitrary purpose. So is that... So, and we start with 2 clues because of the last... Okay. I think because of how the last one succeeded, we start with 2 clues. Yeah. Yeah, the planets we got aren't exactly great for us right now. If only by virtue of the fact that we just don't have the required stuff. Also gonna be a little bit concerned about, well, amenities going forth. Happiness is probably going to be a slight issue. Seeing that we are not enforcing, but, you know, we're having a bit of slavery. Just that's what I'm trying to say. We got slavery. Probably should also take a look at this. So, there's some new stuff here, we have diplomatic stance. We have, what is it? Improved relations cost 25%. Empire will attempt to bully weaker empires in submission with their will. Cooperative. So improve relations and to find common ground and negotiate with other empires. They should be left alone to their own affairs. Oh wait, I didn't even... War exhaustion gain minus 10%, naval capacity plus 10%, claim influence cost minus 10%. Diplomatic weight plus 25%, envoy improved relations plus 50%, border friction minus 50%. Restrictions on the rival actions are relaxed for both for and against us. Saying an envoy to improve relations cost. I think these are all the same. Well, we'll leave it on here for now because we want to expand. Probably eventually switching to supremacists just because, you know, we hate everybody always. Plus, it went away from it. So when I watched, the one thing I watched about this was a guy who likes to do kind of like DDR Jake does. He does exploits, and the big thing about this was that it's very easy to gain a lot of diplomatic weight through fleets, and then continue to use that weight to make your weight more. It's like, you know, I have 100 weight. I can put my 100 weight worth of votes into making fleets count for more. So now my weight is worth 200, 300, 400, you know. I'm sorry, I'm just checking out our stuff. We should probably let it run, just like fast.
Construction complete.
I like the idea of we don't quite understand what organics are, so we're kind of like enslaving them. Like, you dance funny, but you dance good for us. Or if they don't dance funny, they just, you know, work in the mines. They just work in the mines. It's just how it works. Either you dance funny, or you work in the mines. One of the two. I'd like to the fucking just like. We probably will eventually get battle thralls and stuff like that. I think we're gonna go fairly heavily slave oriented.
Situation log.
Would have liked that before I scanned 3 planets, but okay, okay. I don't really care about this one. Does it look the way it affects my habitability? First 50%. It does, okay. So does that mean...
Anomaly found.
A small moon that's orbiting the gas giant has been identified as a promising mining site, and a more thorough survey will have to be conducted to determine whether the mining operation would be feasible or not. I don't know what events are new, so I'm going to take a little bit to look through each one of them, hopefully. Despite our best efforts, the excavation and analysis of the alien indicators on the surface have failed to deliver any relevant results. The archaeological team had to calculate and follow the paths of the alien signal beams, so nothing is being pointed out other than empty space. Requested more time, convinced that something has been missed by the science team. Okay, so far we've looked at the laser pointers in the space. We said, they don't go anywhere, man. And he's like, nah, they do. It's aliens, man, aliens. I mean, we know it's aliens, but... you know. Check both when we have the minerals and the stuff. Probably also should be working on our fleet ever so slightly. I don't want to be instantly evaded. I also forgot to change the image on that. At least the pattern. What I mean. A more detailed scan of one of the national sites. Satellites over the giant moon saw precious minerals, and it was overlooked in the initial survey. Although the moon is very small, it's a stable orbit around the primary, and it appears tectonically stable. I'm going to do that and set out a. Well, when we have that, we'll set out a power planet there. Go. Breakthrough. The study of surface revealed that Skirin was hit eons ago by a small asteroid. The impact was not enough to obliterate the planet, but did nudge a fraction out of its original orbit. By analyzing the impacts, the scientists managed to calculate Skirin's initial position and rotation, and use that data to rewind the alien indicators to the original position. And there it was, the indicator beams suddenly converging on another planet in the system. Amazing. So does that open up another, what we're going to do is we're actually just going to spend the money now to purchase another science ship. Because I want to get the, more surveying going on.
System survey complete.
We'll clear out these because they take minerals. I want to get another scientist, so I'm not... Previous alien indicators point at this planet, and we should go down surface and investigate further. Let's see if possibly we get somebody with a better set of skills for the job at hand. Ah, yes. Oh, it's fine. We got a little bit too greedy for ourselves. I wonder if it's possibly a good idea to start setting up the industrial world now. What we'll probably do is we'll probably label each one like, what? C for credits, M for minerals, I for industry, possibly further dedicating that to consumer or alloy, and then R for research. I never really liked specialized planets before this for the planetary change.
Accretion complete.
It'll hopefully start to go to the alloys because we do need to
System survey complete.
Actually, you want to go back, double back here and just tell me what's in there first. I haven't really got a good look at our ships either. I wonder if there's air in there. I'd love to play like a mobile civilization. Also, look at that fucking... Look at that arrow.
Innovation rollout.
Look kind of like scorpions or something. There was a cool mod I had once that was about like it was about like biological, kind of like a biological hive mind thing, right? Where you built like resources called like organics, and you would use that to construct everything from like ships to stations, and buildings, and you know, essentially just everything. And it was very interesting, very cool. I didn't really try it too much, however, because it just kind of died on Stellaris at the time. So I don't know. Maybe I'll pick it back up if it gets updated and see if we can try to do a stream of it or something like that. Something like that. I wish also that I could click here and go to the other one. I have to move it out of the way and then click again to you know, a little bit annoying. You know, why would I want to see the results of a finished thing? But whatever. Get more power out of them, I think, if we do that. Also not looking great on power. Just kind of why I would like to get that colony started up so we can just start pumping out power there. Power. I also want to know, can you do that one for me first, please? Yeah, just there we go. Instead of doing it stupidly, I just wanted him to survey that planet first.
Research complete.
Starbase upkeep is 8 credits. Reducing it by 20% would be 2 credits? Question mark? If divided by 10, be like point. Bad at math. I don't have a calculator on me. I can just give me a second. $1.6. Let's see if we save. If I'm not doing that incorrectly, which I might be. So I think I'm gonna go for that, just to have the extra pop growth now. Filling those jobs that we're gonna need. Ooh. Oh, food planets. They're good for trade value, empire prop. Scientific community on Aldaria is excited to receive a report of intelligent alien life. Forgot to name the planet. They may have not been capable of spaceflight, but the aliens on Elgarat 3 are quantifiably intelligent, and their society shows all the hallmarks of a modernly advanced culture. Prominent genealogists note that this is an excellent opportunity to study a society, perhaps not unlike the ones we have previously only found ancient remains of. Oh, I like that flavor text. Annoying part about integrating a other race would be that we're gonna have to make food.
Anomaly found.
I'm not keen on making food for obvious reasons. You could, however, use the excess food to
Accretion complete.
could just use the excess food to fucking things to make bioreactors, which isn't exactly crazy. Also just for future proofing society. I forgot to save up for the fucking energy credit thing. Going to just sell 1,000 a minute. There we go. Yeah. I thought we sold 1,000 for. Oh. I don't know why I thought I was getting $1,000. Maybe because I wasn't reading. Maybe because I can't read. It's a general problem of mine. I just can't fucking read.
System survey complete.
How does one read? The mummified remains of a single individual belonging to a previously unknown mammalian species have been found drifting in the high orbit over Lingol 1. Being is dressed in what appears to be a flight suit, complete with a helmet, and may be a fighter pilot that ejected in some ancient battle, only to be forgotten and left behind. Our study his corpse has found some interesting data. Our electrical team has started their work down on Lagrol. Seismographic readings quickly isolated a hollow area underground on the rough location indicated by the alien indicators as previously discovered. The underground expanse is vast, and despite its mysterious nature, one thing is beyond doubt amongst the experts: it's not natural. Somebody built it with a specific purpose behind it. I need to collect some of these. I think I need 100 for an achievement that I didn't get because I did not play any of the relic stuff.
System geology charted.
Mingroll is not exactly an ideal system for me. We need to wait another 10 months before we can, well... It's actually 8 months, Brandon. Thank you, Brandon. Before we can construct our Landy boy. Apparently with the at some point during the previous 1,000 years. Back vent. Come on. Let's make a point something. Yeah, 0.22. Okay, like minimize it ever so slightly. Can I pin it? A pinning option. Kind of like it would be like deal for OpenTTD, where you could pin and minimize windows. So like, you know, I could clear my screen without having to worry about, you know, deleting everything. Another question. I think leaving on residence is fine. They can't produce leaders. They're not as important. They dance funny. I'll mark it as a credit planet. Caps lock on. Cool. So we scanned Nunke V and detected some artificial structures worth a closer look. Normally, there are no signs of any population down there. We just happen to find an abandoned civilization on this planet. Neato. Everyone's dead. The humans are dead. The humans are dead. The humans are dead. The humans are dead. They poisoned their asses, actually their lungs, with poisonous gases. Well, we don't know. Could have been a disease. I mean, that's so unlikely, right? That a disease would wipe out a civilization. Ha 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 ha. Awkward laughs are fun. The humans are dead. The humans
System
are dead.
survey complete.
Humans are dead. I think I sort of cleaned up 2 of those already. Did they not actually give you, Oh! Just give more pops. Well, if I weren't, Oh no. Okay. We need to hurry up and build a post there. Maybe get Blonde over here. I'm gonna need a, choke point, and Elgarot or Blonde. Oh, it's Blondie. It's the Blondie from Paradox. Those are gonna be 2 decent choke point systems. So thusly, it's fairly important. I at the very least want to guarantee my capture of that one. The excavation crew has finally reached the underground structure. Vast, angular halls and tunnels were explored. A complete lack of adornment made it difficult to establish the purpose of the structure. When Ribruk Stelham entered the main chamber, a deep sound suddenly reverberated. Initially, just thundering noise. The sound slowly contorted until an incorporeal voice spoke a single sentence in our language. Are you ready? Are you ready for this? Bum 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 bum. It's SummerSlam 2029 or 2209. Brought to you by the rock people of Algeria 1. The booming voice was followed by a deep rumble as one of the giant walls slowly slid away to reveal a dark corridor. Our archaeologists eagerly went inside. Tread lightly. Ooh, 3 clues to start off with. Before it gets too big. Do we discover 2 of them in here? Yeah, so we want to actually grab that then. They're fairly useful. I mean, they can be fairly useful even. No, they're not guaranteed to be useful, but it's you know, excavating them is worth something. I'm interested to find see what we find underneath them, as well as just generally interested in general. I haven't experimented a lot with that stuff. I didn't do a lot of the archaeological update. I also find it weird that we haven't found anything to do with oh cool, consumer goods are running out now. Answers. We haven't found anything to do with the precursors yet. I don't know if that's because our precursor chain is linked directly to the events in our homeworld, or if actually that's probably it. I bet you that we're not going to get one purely because ours is heavily based off the shit that we're doing. We are, of course, hemorrhaging money because of the colony ship. However, it says colonies 1 credit. Ships 12. Building districts and leaders. The dark corridor led to an empty, round chamber. Stepping inside, the disembodied voice spoke yet again, saying that only the deserving may continue. Short corridors connected to the round chambers to 3 other small rooms, each containing
colony lavish.
Great. Oh, that's weird. They grow their rocks. I mean, it makes sense, but just weird. Corridors connected to the round chamber of 3 others, small rooms, each containing some kind of physics-oriented problem. Rick Stan believes that it's Mr. You know what? Where is he? I know I can change your name. Rubik's Cube believes that these scientists riddled that once solved may provoke some reaction of the structure, but it's all speculation. You know what to do. Solve that Rubik's Cube. I'm wondering what the overall benefit of just outright invading them would be. They're currently primitive, Iron Age, so they're not going to be anywhere near wiping themselves out or doing anything. I don't have the value in order to what's the button I'm looking for? Here we go. I don't currently have the energy to watch them, and I don't need the Society research that badly. I think they'd have more value to me as a planet, especially with how much they produce in terms of kind of come closer. Yeah. There's our core, industrial production core. Initializing first contact protocol. We are the Mechanized Accord. Do not be alarmed. Our non-organic nature. Like you, we are fully sapient class 3 civilization. We are willing to engage in diplomacy, and with any construct subunits you designate for this purpose. We serve the purest rock. News that encountering intelligent alien life for the first time has received the mixed feelings of our populace. It confirms that we had long suspected we are not alone in this galaxy. Each new alien species we encounter represents both an opportunity and a threat. We must be wary. These particular Xenos have a level of technology similar to our own, indicating that we achieved basically roughly the same time. So I think getting this system and then getting the system for a choke point is probably the next obvious step. Surveying these to see if we can get anything out of them. We're probably going to be fairly at war with them there currently, so let's see. They changed this menu horribly. I mean, not horribly, just, you know, we are impartial to your kind. Currently have negative relations. That's month changed by 0. It's going up. I don't know why. That shows a red marker going down. I wonder if I built this one. They have 2 planets. They have 150 diplomatic weights. I wonder how that compares to ours. I find it weird that diplomatic weight isn't also. So I know we don't have it yet because, you know, obviously we don't have the council up and running. Also, I don't think I've met anybody else. I don't know. We're probably gonna beat him up. Fleshlings, TM. I mean, we're kind of like these guys. It's just we're more rock-based. They're more, you know, machine-based. Purest Rocks, the Ordered Society Coalition. Sorry. Autocracy, Stratified Society. They just want slavery and fucking communism. Not really communism. Communal society. Communal. It may become apparent to those viewing that I am not capable of speaking English. No. I don't know if this system's going to be overly useful and or valuable. Possibly this one could be.
Attrition complete.
And we will, you know, move as need be in that scenario. Should start with a thing. I don't think we need to be concerned about trade value and or, there you go. The ISS massive boat created a crew are eager to report and discovered and remains of an ancient spacefaring civilization, species on Oshamar 3A, who appeared to have inhabited the planet some 7 million years ago. But it's unclear why this species, call themselves the Grunner, disappeared from the Oshamir system. The scientists have isolated a promising archaeological dig site on their planet. Perhaps the study will yield for more clues. So it's not having to do with that then. It's fine. He's doing that already. We'll probably have them construct us more so factories for now. They're happy. They got a bit of crime, but what do you do? For the police station? Yeah, probably. That would be a solution to the problem. But who said I wanted solutions? I just want to be mad. Welcome to 2020.
System geology charted.
Our crystals in there. not very valuable early on. All 3 science puzzles have been completed in the mysterious chambers deep underground the surface of Log Roll, just as Rubik's Cube suspected. Immediately put the because, you know, object. Structure responded in the correct solutions for the alien trials. As the last riddle was solved, a cloudy holographic projection exploded to life in the main chamber. It was a fine resolution depiction of our solar system, along with scrolling instructions on various alien technologies. Another galactic position was indicated by the bright points of light. The search continues. Standardized Corvette patterns.
Construction complete.
I'm not too concerned about that one over there. I would like to upgrade this to a starport, just so we can start. Because it's gonna be a battle fleet, possibly a battle station essentially.
Anomaly found.
So it's gonna be able to dock our fleet. I mean, it's not that far, but 3 to 4 jump. Oh, it's 3. I can count. I think we know what I'm gonna pick. So when I ever fucking pick first. I don't think there's a game where I've ever picked any other one first for any reason whatsoever. Also, the system is absolutely garbage as well. So I'm not exactly concerned about these guys currently, or their stuff. I am a little bit concerned about their overwhelming fleet power. Possibly considering if we just colonize it and start up the industrial world for more junk.
Accretion complete.
It's fine.
System geology charted.
The system isn't exactly great. It's fine. Wasn't expecting it to be the best system since sliced bread.
Rocket new tech.
So I'm happy that they've expanded to our border. Reasonable. I mean, I'd be happy if I expanded to something else's border as well. We don't need the minerals right now. We do produce a lot of minerals for this early in the game. 100 before, like, what, 12 years in the game, give or take. I like how they immediately went from, you know...
System survey complete.
They just fucking scream that they... We settled next to you! Whee! I also don't like that, you know, technically we are weaker than them and they are belligerent. Which, I feel like is trying to say something, question mark? We have the 200, let us immediately... That. Once Fostain over here gets set up, I think we should start. So we can start using this just to pump out energy credits, and then probably...
Research complete.
Remember, this isn't, Actually, I don't think we're making all that much from in-orbit space stations. Probably should instead just focus on energy credits. I think because we're getting an energy credit planet based online soon, so... you know.
Construction complete.
I bet you he's going to that, that over there, too. Build it right there. He's gonna fucking either he's gonna be stupid and pay the extra stuff to shut me off there, and I mean it's not entirely unreasonable. However, it definitely is pretty unreasonable because I'm not planning on going there. And he doesn't know that, but you know, it doesn't really change the fact that I'm not going there. So let's just see once he decides that. I mean, the crystals there are one thing. but it's going to be a long while before we can really make use of those, especially with the modes, really. So I'm not exactly concerned in the slightest about this. We will need another cash injection for the time being, however.
Rocket new tech.
Hopefully this is going to be the last one.
Construction complete. Accretion complete.
We are kind of approaching our capacity, and by doing such we will start expending more and more resources to stay alive, essentially. So it's probably not a terrible idea to... Did I? I want to put it in Blondie. I'm an idiot. Whatever. It protects the planet. It's not a terrible fucking choice, but wasn't exactly ideal. Boy, I'm stupid. I wanted to do it because, you know, they're both choke points. Currently this planet doesn't really mean much to me, however.
System geology charted.
They do less morale damage, they do more collateral damage, but they cost half as much. I think I'll just take the regular ones, thank you. I'm not exactly... My economy isn't booming, but, you know, after long, arduous periods of digging deep under the crust of the Locron Bank, the excavation term reached another underground structure. Despite readings indicating that the building is hollow, no entry point can be found. It appears to be hermetically sealed, and the protective walls are made from some unknown material with extreme structural integrity. Conventional digging equipment doesn't even scratch it. It will require some serious effort to get through, but the project is already underway. So thankfully he's currently doing good. We only have 12 of those, so we can only ever add up to 2 clues with the rolls currently. What is this? So we have one envoy. I don't know. I don't really plan on doing much with the Federations either. I don't know. We definitely should do a Federation game, but I feel like this isn't going to be it. You know?
Accretion complete.
Okay. As soon as it produces current generation plasma powers, eons. Oh, okay, it tells you the starter as well. That's their starting origin story.
System geology charted. Construction complete. Anomaly found.
Maybe for now. It's 540 days, just loads of time. I don't really think they're gonna care too much about us. They probably have a bit of border friction, but I highly doubt they're going to declare war on us. I'm just gonna observe, essentially. That's what they do. They're observers. However, I can get Hazard here. That's gonna be a very good choke point, because no one's gonna be able to get into their borders, and no one's able to. Fuck. Is that a construction ship, or is that a? Is that a science ship? I can't tell. Saying that it's not going straight for the star, I'm going to assume it is a science ship. Probably go essentially for that next, just to get that stuff moving. After months of hard work using a powerful beam which combines intense fusion, heat, and high frequency vibration, the excavation team has finally managed to crack the underground structure. As soon as the vault was cracked, the disembodied voice recording spoke again and declared that our determination had been proven, that another trial had been completed, and that we were able to be rewarded accordingly. And so we were. The bunker contained all sorts of valuables, not least of which hitherto unknown technologies which can be investigated further. No. I don't want to open that up. We don't have enough stuff to get another colony ship up and running. Should grab that fucking early on. That's right. Early on technological buff for growth. I don't think it's sitting in there. Yeah. So by being over it, we plus technology costs, Egyptian costs, and campaign costs. I don't know what campaign costs mean, to be honest.
System geology charted. System geology charted.
They just started scanning, so we have time to go ahead and build that and not worry. Not to worry about that. I wonder if they'd have an issue with me colonizing or doing that. I think the answer is going to be yes, resoundingly so.
Accretion complete.
I think we're gonna go psychic, because I like the idea of psychic rocks. You know, rocks that move rocks with their own rock minds. As rocks do. So their border version is -25, ours is -10. I guess commerce anything somewhere. We're the first construction ship in the area, so we'll definitely be getting it. I mean, it's not an amazing system in terms of production, but we can probably, like, compact it all into a ring world eventually or something. As I tend to do. I wonder if, so, there's a couple of things, right, that I definitely know about, like the Juggernaut Beach.
System geology charted.
It doesn't seem to be its own thing. just due to the slow growth, we're not gonna have that. That we're probably gonna have to do another injection of cash.
Construction complete.
So we've essentially cordoned off this for ourselves. We're gonna be too concerned now. I don't know if there's anybody down here. It doesn't feel like there's going to be somebody's mushed into this corner, but there might be. It's really hard to tell sometimes. Seismographic recordings have been compiled to a highly accurate visual model for the underground structure on slates. It appears to be a vast network of angular corridors, each several kilometers long. The entire structure is mostly corridors, with the exception of one open space at the bottom of the building. More than that, it cannot be interpreted until we reach to investigate the site properly. It's a maze. It's a big maze. They're evangelizing zealots. As a crater on Paya 3 is in similar collision with the starship. From the size of the crater, the ship is exiting its hyperlane at a maximum velocity, ramming to the moon for reasons unknowingly, roughly 10,000 years ago. The ISS massive moat, as it picks up residual subspace echoes near the crash site, reminiscent of a collapsed hyperparticulate field, but as the ship itself disintegrated on impact, the theory cannot be verified. Infidel unbelievers. So I imagine he's going to be
Construction complete.
Favors. Apparently favor is worth a lot. Scientists' team has finally breached the underground complex and entered the empty corridors. The long tunnels were completely empty. On closer inspection, the walls appeared to be covered in small, strange inscriptions, translations of the alien language, was a highly confusing process, until discovered that the writing consisted of nothing but alien names, numbering in the millions. Archaeologists are now pressing onwards to the bottom chamber, but their effort is hindered by caved-in corridors which need to be cleared. Like we can immediately have a 20% chance of just immediately finishing it, which isn't high, but you know, still good. Are they?
Anomaly found.
We'll probably have to invade them, to be honest. Ew, egalitarian. We've literally had nobody on this planet. We've got one slave and a fucking colonist, and he's like, "Work, slave, work!" And he's like, "I don't want to be the slave. You be the slave today." And like, no. No, I was the slave yesterday. No, you weren't. I was the slave yesterday. What are you even on about? No, friend. I believe I remember being the slave yesterday. An abandoned life pod was detected in close orbit in NF5. It is covered in scorch marks, presumably from the pod's mothership exploded. And the preliminary scans suggest it was built more than 5,000 years ago. Wow. The crew of the ISS sheer statement managed to open the pod, revealing the withered remains of a reptilian alien clad in resplendent uniform. Clutched in one of its claws was a small picture of another individual from the same race, possibly a mate or a revered leader. Space stall. This will be a research planet. Not amazing, but something. So this is our stuff, and this is also just this is generic list. I guess this is everything against us specifically, and generic list. Okay, that's neat. So I don't have to search through there about what is specifically relevant to me and why I should, in theory, care about, you know, care about it. I think we're actually gonna call it here for tonight. Sorry, I'm just feeling a bit tired, really. Seen the whole, you know, CV scare, the COV scare, and just a fucking lot of work. I'm not feeling that great, so I'm gonna go for tonight. Thank you all for watching. If you did enjoy, do like, comment, subscribe, follow on Twitch. We will definitely continue this. Let me know if you're interested. We'll definitely be continuing this. Probably fairly soon, maybe even do a day stream of it because I've been getting a lot off work, but who knows even. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye everybody.